Welcome back once again everyone, I'm Plays Games and this is EVE Online. As you can see, I am sitting in my snazzy escape pod, so that can only mean I have to buy a new ship, and the ship we're going to buy and fit out today is going to be a battlecruiser for level 3 missions. So let's have a look at our little list. We only have 2 battlecruisers left to fit in this particular fitting series, the Ferox and the Harbinger. So let's consult our other good friend, Mr. Random Number Generator, here he is, and say minimum 1, maximum 2, give us a number please. And we've been given number 1. We're going to be doing a Ferox today, cool. So let's open the fitting window, search for Ferox, here we go. And let's simulate the ship. Let's zoom in and get to work. As always, we shall start with looking at the traits of the ship. And the traits to Ferox are, per level of Caldari Battlecruiser bonus, you get 5% bonus to medium hybrid turret damage, and 10% bonus to medium hybrid turret optimal range, which is fairly large, and it has a roll bonus. It can use 1 command burst because it's a battlecruiser, and that command burst has an extended area of effect, not that that's going to help us because we're going to be running solo. And it has a 25% bonus to medium hybrid turret, optimal range and fall off. So this ship, if you have Caldari Battlecruiser level 5, which I do, you will get 50% bonus to your hybrid turret optimal range, then another 25 bonus to your optimal range and fall off from the roll bonus, and 25% bonus to medium hybrid turret damage. Well, it's got lots of range bonuses, so I'm thinking we're going to go railguns with this. You could go blasters, but increasing the optimal range and fall off of blasters is a bit of a waste of time, because point blank range is always going to be point blank range. So let's examine the rest of the fit. We have 7 high slots, but we only have 6 turret slots, which is interesting. And no missile launcher slots, so we'll do 6 turrets and then we'll have 1 free high slot for something. Interesting. Okay, we have 6 mid-power slots, which is going to be obviously a shield tank and maybe a tracking computer and a afterburner. The type of shield tank, I think we're going to go passive shields and rely on the natural regen rate. As we see, even though this ship has absolutely nothing fitted, it's already self-repairing 15 hit points a second on the shield. The Ferox Navy issue, which is a relatively recently added ship to the game, that has bonuses for active tanks, like shield boosters. So I think we're going to do passive on this thing. It does only have 4 low slots. 3 of them are going to be reserved for damage and the other one will be something. And it has the usual 3 rig slots and 400 calibration behind them. Drones wise, it can only hold 5 light combat drones, so I think we should start there. We'll just click on hardware, go down to drones, combat drones, light scout drones. We'll just fire 5 Hobgoblin 2s. Right, drones is done. I think I want to start with the tank on this ship. So, shield hardeners. We'll do a couple of multi-spectrum shield hardeners just to bump up the resistances to help the tank. And we're going to do 2 large shield extender Mark IIs. As we know, with shield tanks, when you increase the shield hit points, it does not increase the time taken to go from 0 to full. So at the moment, we're going from 0 hit points to 6,562 over the course of 1,050 seconds, which is 15 hit points a second. When we add 2 large shield extender 2s, each adding 2,600 hit points, we're now going from 0 to 13,062 hit points over 1,050 seconds, which is 31 hit points a second. And if I recall correctly, that is around the same as a medium shield booster. Let's put a medium shield booster 2 and then flip the defense to shield boost rate. Yeah, so a medium shield booster 2 is 34.7 and we're regenerating 31 hit points a second. So around about the same performance level of a medium shield booster. We'll see if we can't get that pushed up. And the way I would like to push that push that up is by using the rig slots. So let's examine rigs. Shield rigs. We have two options. We can either add extender rigs, which will add more hit points and therefore more hit points a second, or we can use purgers, which reduce the time to go from 0 to full, which will also obviously increase the hit points a second. So if we mouse over, we can try different combinations of these and see what gets us the most. But it looks like if you go 3 purgers, we'll get 73 hit points a second. 3 purgers, 1 extenders, 66. 2 extenders and 1 is only 59. 3 extenders is only 53. Right, so if we go 3 field purger 2s, we're getting 73 hit points a second. And if we now go back to shield modules, shield boosters, and put on a large shield booster 2, and switch to shield boost rate, then only get 69 hit points a second. Nice. So, we have a tank which is better than having a large shield booster, which is quite nice, I think. So I think that will do it for the tank. The other 2 mid-power slots, I did say I wanted an afterburner so we can actually move. So we'll put a Tech 2 10 meganewton in there. And I think we should do a weapon upgrade in the form of a Tech 2 tracking computer, just to help our guns. And speaking of the guns, let's do some magnetic field stabilizers to increase the performance of whatever guns we put on this fit. Let's examine it. It's going to be hybrid turrets, it's going to be railguns. As we see, we've almost completely fitted out this ship other than the high slots, and we still have an absolute massive ton of power grid available. So I think we're going to be able to get 6 250mm railgun 2s on this. And the power grid is kind of sort of only alright, and we do still have 2 slots to fit, and I think I'm going to go for a command burst up here, because the command burst can then fit a shield extension charge, which will give us even more hit points and therefore even better hit points a second. If you don't have skills for that, you could probably do something like a drone link augmenter to add to the control range of your drones. But before we do that, let's put some ammunition in this thing, shall we? Let's put some antimatter charge M in there and in cargo. So this is the short range high damage ammo, and even though it's short range, our optimal range is 36.28 kilometers, and our accuracy fall off is adding another 21.5 to that. So that gives us a total of 58 kilometers. Not bad for short range ammo, huh? And I think we'll put a tracking speed script and an optimal range script in cargo. And if we put an optimal range script in this thing, now our optimal range is 39, 38.81, and the fall off extends all the way out to 63, and that is pretty good. Because our drone control range is 60, so 63 with the weapons, 60 with the drones, that's pretty nice. Although our targeting range is 93. So let's actually have a look at some different ammunition and see if we can't get anything to go out to like fall off 93. Iridium's 118, optimal range 93 though, but the DPS goes way down. Iron, optimal 124, fall off 149, no thank you, that's a little bit too long range. Lead is 102 fall off, plutonium is 73, thorium 92, oh hello, that looks pretty good. How about tungsten? Tungsten's 133, uranium 83. Alright, so thorium looks like our long range ammo of choice. This has an optimal range of 67.92, so that's pretty nice because our drones go out to 60 at the moment and our optimal is around 60, so that's pretty nice. And the fall off is adding another 24, which brings us up to 92. So our targeting range is 93.75. Our railguns go all the way out to 92. Drones only 60 at the moment. So now we have a choice to make. We could put a drone link augmenter onto the ship, drone link augmenter 2, and push the drones out to 84. But as I said, I really want to get a command burst module on this thing. So if we go to Fleet Assistance Modules, Shield Command Burst 2, drag it in. The cap's not very happy. But if we go to charges now and put Shield Extension Charge in, there, our hit points a second regen has gone up to 84, which I believe is better than a large shield booster with a shield boost amplifier. We can check that. We'll just take off the hardeners for the moment and throw on large shield booster 2 and a Tech 2 boost amp and check this. 93. I mean, we're not quite as good as that. The multi-spectrum shield hardeners back on. Okay, power grid is not happy. Cap is only just stable, so why don't we have a look at a power diagnostic system 2. Now, power diagnostic systems are great, especially for passive tank ships like ours, because it adds shield hit point bonus and reduces the shield recharge time, which is great. So that's two things that give us more natural regen rate, and it also gives us more cap, faster cap recharge, and what we need it for was the power grid bonus. Now the power grid is still unhappy, so we're going to have to find some way of saving some power. One thing we could do is to downgrade one of these large shield extenders to a compact version. We will be sacrificing some shield tank. I mean, we've gone to 97, which I believe if we do the shield boost amp thing again, so shield boost amp and a Tech 2 large shield booster, yeah, that's 93.8. So our passive tank with this shield command module is now better than a boosted large rep, which is fantastic. So we know that the boosted large rep is 93, so as long as we don't go below that, 93, that's pretty good. And of course this is with thorium. How's antimatter? Okay. Now if we're going to be using antimatter almost all the time because we like damage. I mean, the damage in the ship is only 566. It's not the hardest hitting of ships. What's the Tech 2 ammo like on this thing? I mean, well, yeah, Spike will go all the way out to 164 kilometers, and that big Javelin. Javelin's only 600. Well, 644 DPS isn't terrible. But Tech 2 ammo is quite expensive, as we see 168 per round, as opposed to only 78 for antimatter charge M. So because we want to be using antimatter charge M all the time, we're going to have to do something about the cap. I mean, 15 minutes is probably long enough to do like any mission. What we can do, we can just change the afterburner to an enduring. It will slow us down a little bit, but not too much. Not quite good enough. Okay, how about if we just put 2 enduring shield hardeners on as well? Probably only need 1, but having a little bit extra cap is not a problem. Yeah, I like that. That's not bad. 566 DPS all the way out to 63. Oh, 60 because 99 of that DPS is coming from our little drones. Yeah, not bad. And the tank is pretty much exactly the same as having a large shield booster with a boost amplifier. And of course that would need like lots of cap to run that. So I think we're going to be alright with this. I shall go and purchase this, and then we'll go and run some level 3 missions. Alright, one trip to the shops later, and we have ourselves a brand new shiny Ferox. It's a rather strange looking ship, but it's by far not the worst looking ship in the game. So, now we've bought this thing, let's use it. Let's get a level 3 mission, shall we? Okay, and we have Operation Hamstring. Find and kill the mercenary officials, then blow up their armory. So here, we're going to get 199,000 ISK and 654 loyalty points as payment, with a bonus of 194,000 more if we do it within 1 hour and 48 minutes. Let's accept and go and blow some stuff up. Right, we've arrived in the mission system. Let's just warp to location.
Warp drive active.
I've grouped the weapons, I've rearranged all the modules to how I like them, I've put the drones in a little folder, and I have right clicked our command burst and turned auto reload off and auto repeat off. Now once again, I'm going to mention the fact that these things are broken and they need fixing. The modifier is how long the area of effect bonus lasts, and that is 90 seconds, but the cycle time is only 60 seconds. So if you were to leave this thing running on auto repeat, you would get every 60 seconds it would consume 1 charge and reset this clock to 0. Now this modifier duration is in green because it has been modified by a skill. If we click on variations, tech 1 and then tech 2, this then doesn't show us the one that's fitted to the ship, just a generic shield command burst 2. We see the base modifier duration is only 60 seconds, so with no skills that's fine because the modifier duration and the activation time, the cycle time, are the same. Now there is a skill which increases the modifier duration, as we see on the one which is actually fitted to our ship. My skills have increased that to 90 seconds, but it does not change the cycle time, and this is extremely stupid. This means that you either have to leave this thing running every 60 seconds, in which case that skill is completely useless because there's no point in having the modifier duration increased, or you have to remember to turn auto repeat off and you have to manually micromanage the activation. So every 90 seconds you have to remember to give yourself the boost again. CCP really need to fix this and add the cycle time duration bonus to the skill which increases the modifier duration. I will keep mentioning that on every single video I use a command burst on until they fix it. It's extremely stupid. Anyway, let's go and blow some stuff up. Let's just give ourselves a 1 burst. There we are. You don't even have to be in fleet mode to do this. I am not in fleet mode. One other thing I will mention is that I did remember to jump into an empty jump clone. Here we are. This is the character sheet, augmentations tab. No implants other than a cerebral accelerator, which is increasing my training time. No implants at all on this fit. So everything you see is non-implanted performance.
Warp drive active.
But I do have pretty much maximum skills, so, you know, your performance may vary. Whilst we're jumping here, let's see if we have any skins for the ship. We'll click on personalisation. We have 2. This kind of dirty blue and white one, and this kind of flashy blue and black one. Right, we'll do this one. Okay, there are 5 enemy ships here. We'll just zoom out, hold control, draw a big box, lock them all up. Our fall off range is 63 and our optimal is 39, so everything is pretty much where we want it to be. This should not take long. It is only 5 cruisers. There's 1 down. We don't have to worry about the shields at all. It should be able to keep up with all the damage. One thing we may want to do is to go down to the HUD settings and change the ship health alert settings. Shields don't regenerate in a linear way, so we're not going to be getting 93 hit points a second all the time, but we'll get 93 hit points a second at around 30 to 35 shield. So if we put the ship health alert setting down to 35, we will get a warning that we're on that level, which means we need to start paying attention and maybe think about escaping. Let's just right click this armory and lock the target from here. Well, the last enemy's almost dead, and yeah, we're on 97% shield. Let's blow up the armory. In fact, I might want to approach that just in case it drops something. Yeah, okay, it's dropped something. So I'll do the Control R hotkey to reload everything. You have to be careful when you're doing that, when you're using shield command bursts, because shield command bursts do take 60 seconds to reload. So sometimes it can be better just to right click your stack of weapons and reload only the weapons. If you do Control R, it will reload the shield command burst as well. I'm just going to take a sneaky peek in this container. Because they're mercenaries, each and every one of the enemy ships dropped some kind of loot. I'm not going to bother investigating them, it will just be generic mission loot. So yeah, this ship managed this level 3 mission very easily. In fact, this fit could probably do level 4s as well. Not easily and not quickly, but it could probably survive them. Yeah, just a whole load of ammunition in that antimatter charge in. Yes, please. Right, let's get out of here.
Warp drive
Just
active.
ammunition in the armory. Alright, we're back at the agent station. Let's complete that mission and get another one, shall we? A rogue drone harassment. Destroy the rogue drones and then report back. Easy peasy, let's go and do that. 306,000 disc, 971 loyalty points, with another 248,000 if you do it within 2 hours and 39 minutes. That will not be a problem. Okay, en route to the mission in the mission system. The only annoying thing about having railguns is that you are locked to doing thermal and kinetic damage only. It would be nice to have EM damage against drones, but they're secondary weakest to thermal anyway, and we'll just kill them with sheer firepower. Just turn the tank on. And give ourselves a bit of shield command boost as soon as we land. And then we'll take this gate.
Warp drive active.
That's our shields up to 15,000, which is rather hilarious. Hey, quite a lot of enemies. This is good. And an acceleration gate. That's also good. Okay, these guys are the closest, so they're going to die first. They're very close. I think we shall spit out the drones and get them to chew on this guy. Use their guns and demolish that one. Well, this seems to be working rather well. And the drones have killed something. Nice one, guys. I think these little drone frigates are trying to aggress our drones. So if we let our drones kill the cruisers, I'll try and snipe the frigates. Wow, that's pretty cool. We're two-shotting frigates, well, one-shotting that one. Nice. This guy's a little bit too close for comfort. I think we'll let the drones deal with these two cruisers that are right up in our face. And we shall use the range bonus on the ship to smash things from 1,000,000 miles away. Right, drones can kill him. I'm going to reload to thorium, because thorium gives us optimal range of 68 and a fall off of 92, which is perfect for these guys. That did not take long. Yes, I know I've run out of shield extension charge timer, but I really, really don't need it at the moment. Let's bring the drones back in. Smash this doofus to pieces. Of course, being drones, none of them drop any loot. You could get some salvage from them, but
Warp drive
I can't be
active.
bothered. I'm just going to reload back to antimatter, just because it's like our general purpose ammunition. Okay, here we go. Second and apparently final room, because there are no more acceleration gates. And lots of drones right up in our face. So I think I'm going to double click away from these guys just to pull some range, just to help our tracking out a little bit more. And they will pop the shield extension charge this time. Nice. And get the drones out, they can chew on this violator. I think that's enough running. We'll just bring the ship to a halt, turn the afterburner back off. Much better, now we're pull some range on them. Make them chase us so they're easier to hit. I haven't even bothered to change the orbit or keep it ranges because we just don't really need to, I don't think. Just bring the drones back in. I'm not going to be doing much use. Just kill everything in range order. Whoever's closest dies first. Shield is absolutely fine, as we knew it would be. Two more bad guys. Shield extension charger's about to run out, but I'm not going to bother turning it on again. We don't really need it. One more bad guy to go. Alright, mission complete. That was easy.
Active.
I think we may try a level 4 mission next, because we've done 2 level 3 missions and they have not troubled the ship at all. We've barely got below like 90% shield in either of them. Okay, let's hand in this level 3 mission. There we go, done. Let's go and get a level 4, shall we? Okay, we've made it to a place that has a level 4 agent. Well, let's see what they have for us. Okay, we have been given the right hand of Zazzmatazz. This is going to be a proper test of this ship's tank. We might have to escape once, maybe twice, because there is a lot of DPS in the field if we let them get close. 687,000 ISK, 2,936 loyalty points, with an additional 651,000 ISK if you complete the mission within 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Warp drive active.
Okay, we're on the way to the mission, and I think we really should use our keep it range button now. So our fall off is 34, fall off 53, so I think keep it range wants to be 40,000, no, not 400,000, you idiot. There we are, 40,000. So 40 kilometers keep it range. We are smaller than a battleship, which means we'll be taking less damage. We should be faster than a battleship. I mean, well, 400 meters a second on this ship is not the fastest of things. Resistances, kind of alright. Okay. There is a lot of enemies here, and they're quite close, so let's lock them up. I am going to double click straight up and turn the afterburner on, because we need to keep the speed up to mitigate the incoming damage, which is going to be quite a lot. This battleship Zor, he is worth 500,000 ISK, and he does volleys of cruise missiles which do 1,000 damage per hit. It's not 1,000 DPS, thank the Lord, but it is 1,000 damage, so he has to be respected. Him, we could probably tank if it's just him on his own. What we do not want is for all these little cruisers to get close enough to put the hurt on us, because they really will. Right, let's do the shield extension charge before I forget. Let's get rid of all these thugs and bodyguards, and then we'll take down the named persons. I think we'll leave Zor for last in this mission. Again, because these are all mercenaries, they will all drop at least some kind of loot, which is nice. And Zor always drops an implant. He has 2 implants he drops. There's a navigation link, which is worth basically nothing and drops most frequently, and there's the navigation hyperlink, which is extremely expensive. Well, I say extremely, it's respectively expensive. I am just going to take out these frigates just in case they are elite and warp jam us. That would be bad. We're having trouble hitting them because we're moving quite fast, so I think we'll do a keep at range on this frigate just now, just to line ourselves up with the frigate, just to give ourselves a better chance to hit. There we go. And now everything's kind of approaching within keep at range, so we'll just do that. Good. And Schmidt, to him as well. Let's refresh our timer on our shield extension charge. And being mercenaries, these guys are firing all different kinds of damage at us. There's thermal and kinetic. Okay, we've actually run out of ammo for the first time. I think I'm going to change the ship alert health settings and put the shield up to 50. That tells me that when it reaches 50, we need to start actually paying attention to the shield. Because for the rest of this mission I haven't been, I've just been paying attention to what I'm killing. We will remember to keep refreshing our shield command burst, because that is of course affecting our shield regeneration rate. And shield seems to be holding at around 66%, which is quite nice. Alright, that's the other battleship there. Now it's just Zor and 4 little baby frigates. Right, let's kill Zor. Before it runs out, I'm just gonna activate my shield command burst once again. This guy pops up in a couple of missions, and he always drops the implant. That's why the drop rate for the good implant is pretty low, because there are not that many level 4 missions, and he appears in at least 2 of them. There's this one, and there's the damsel in distress, and he always drops an implant. But he's going down fairly quickly. I'll just approach him now. Double click to approach, because I want to have a look inside his wreck. There he goes. Alright, the tank never got below about 66%, which I think is rather amusing. So let's reload to thorium, which is a long range ammo, and we'll try and get the attention of these frigates. Unless of course we move out of range by the time we lock it, which we have. Whoops. Yeah, this ship is handling itself admirably well. It is slow though. Well, it's able to snipe these frigates even on the move, which is great. And what does Zor have for us? The navigation link, which as we see has an estimated value of 4,320 ESC. This hacker card is used to get through a gate in a combat site, which I cannot remember the name of. Well, there's a laser worth 500,000, there's a large smart bomb worth 767,000. We do, however, need to explode the outpost headquarters to finish the mission, so let's go and do that. Yeah, that hacker card opens a gate in the Worlds Collide level 4 mission, allowing you to bypass the first room. Don't believe the outpost headquarters drops anything other than generic loot. I will go and check that though. Okay, mission complete. Well, let's get out of here.
Warp drive active.
Okay, let's hand this mission in. I think we've got enough time for one more mission if it's a small one. Worlds Collide is not a small one. Massive attack. It's not the smallest, but not the longest. Let's extend this video a little bit, shall we? Let's do this. We're getting paid 794,000 ISK, 4,190 loyalty points, with an extra 933,000 if we do it within 4 hours and 4 minutes. Now I'm going to have to buy some more ammo. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to buy more ammo. Especially thorium. I think there's lots of it available here.
Warp drive active.
Okay, we've made it safe and sound to the mission location. We'll turn on the tank and the tracking computer. Although this is called Massive Attack, it's not really all that massive. I think it's 3 rooms full of Serpentis in this particular iteration of it. Some of the things may be out of range, but then that's why we have an afterburner. Oh look, there's things on the in-gate. Interesting. Let's lock them all up. You just pick a direction, double click away from them to pull some range, turn the afterburner on. Spit the drones out. Drones can go and chew on the destroyers whilst I smash the cruisers, just like so. No, just approach the acceleration gate now. No, it didn't take long. Actually, we just reload the guns, bring the drones back, and we'll go straight through the gate. This is level 4. There are going to be more than 2 cruisers and 3 destroyers in each room. I can promise you that. Again, like in Right Hand of Zazzmatazz, we'll try and keep moving just to keep our speed up to reduce the incoming damage. Even though we're slightly smaller than a battleship, we're still a fairly big target. So speed is most definitely our ally. Our resistances are only 43, 55, 66, 72. We are fighting Serpentis, so it's going to be mainly thermal and kinetic they're hitting us with, so we're not that great resistance wise, but we do have quite a lot of shield regen rate. Speaking of which, as soon as we land, we should pop our shield extension charge and our shield command burst. Not too many enemies here, if I'm being honest. Let's just pop our thing, hold control, draw a big box. For the moment we will stay still and we'll just get rid of the destroyers. We'll just one-shot them, just delete them. Off they go. Then we'll do the battle cruisers. Even this group over here is actually within range, which is quite interesting, I think. Well, they've aggressed, so this does have full room aggression. We might have to start moving in a little while. I will stay still as long as I can. just to aid our weapons accuracy. Right, that Guardian Scout needs to die next. That is an elite frigate, and that may warp a jam us, and that would be bad times. Well, we one-shotted that the guy, so that's good. And we got rid of that destroyer, and that destroyer. There's some cruisers and some battleships. We'll go for the cruisers in a range order. Give yourself some more command burst. This is sensor damps. This lowers our maximum targeting range and increases our targeting time. But they don't seem to have affected us so much that we've actually lost lock on anything, because they're all close enough. I know I said I was going to keep moving in this mission and then I've sat still, but we've been fine. The shield is once again holding at around 80%. So why move? I will reload my guns because there's only 13 rounds. I'm sure it's going to take more than 13 rounds to kill a battleship. Well, we'll soon find out. Let's count them. $11, 12, 13. Yes, good idea to reload me. Well done. Again, this ship does only have 400 and something DPS from its guns. Mouse over the offense. Yeah, 467 DPS. It's only just about got enough DPS to take down some of the bigger battleships in level 4 missions. But it's doing fine. The tank is still going down, but it is holding at around 69%. They may actually go up now that I've remembered to turn back on the shield command burst. Yeah, up to 72, it's actually repairing. I mean, this guy is pretty much bang on our optimal range. Optimal range 39, this guy's orbiting us at 38. Lovely. We're just not doing a great deal of damage. That's fine, we are after all only a battle cruiser, not a battleship, and certainly not a marauder. So this will be the entrance room and room 1 done. I'll just approach the gate. Jolly good. Reload to antimatter charge in. I'm just going to slowly approach the gate, give the shield tank a little bit of time to repair itself. Alright, through the gate we go.
Warp drive active.
We'll do another shield command burst as soon as we land, and then we'll evaluate who's in range. On to room 2. Well, 3 if you count that little handful of enemies at the in gate is room 1. Another acceleration gate, and again, not a huge list of bad guys. We will shield command burst. This group here is much closer than this lot over here. Our fall off is 63, so yeah, we're going to be fine for hitting these guys. We do have quite a lot of frigates, including 2 Corelli Guardians, and the Guardians are the people we need to get rid of because they are elite. They are evil, they need to die. There they go. We do not want to get warp jammed, so we'll just delete them off the field. Off they go. It doesn't seem that the faraway group has aggressed yet, which is nice. So I think we'll just approach. Turn the afterburner on. We're going to have to get within like 90 kilometers of them to target them. What is the makeup of that group? 3 battle cruisers, 2 battleships, 2 destroyers. These cruisers are just melting, which is lovely. One more cruiser to go. Shield tank's almost all the way back up, which is lovely. And then we'll slowly get into range of the other lot. And I'm going to reload to thorium because I want to try and delete the destroyers as soon as we get into range to target them. I'm going to directly approach this destroyer. Good, one-shotted it. Let's directly approach this battle cruiser. Now we've destroyed one thing in this group, the rest of them should start to aggress us, which indeed they have. I'm going to turn the afterburner off. And indeed I'm going to come to a halt. Just so I can put the hurt on them big time. Good, that's one of the 2 battle cruisers dead. Let's get rid of the other destroyer. Oh, come on man, really? Annoyingly, we didn't quite one-shot that. What is her? Fall of range is only 63 with antimatter. Okay, we'll just go back to thorium. You can do this with hybrid guns because it only takes 5 seconds to reload. What is our DPS with thorium? It's going to be pathetic, isn't it? It's going to be like, yeah, 350. Might be enough to take out these battleships, might not. That other battle cruiser is stuck behind a bit of scenery. Let's view him. Yeah, he's kind of on approach. And I think he's kind of hitting the hitbox of this thing. I'm just going to ignore the battleships. I'm just going to wait for this battle cruiser to come within weapon range. There we go. I'm just going to keep it range on the battleships at 40 kilometers just to bring ourselves into antimatter range. I'm going to turn the afterburner back on as well. And give ourselves some more shield boost, even though the tank is at 99%. Because everything is missing us. Even though the red box, they're missing us, which is lovely. Alrighty then. 2 more battleships to go. Let's reload to antimatter. Good, we're within fall off range, so we're able to open fire on this thing immediately. And here we go. Not the fastest runtime ever, but we are doing it. We've never really been in danger. Got a few seconds left on the shield command burst, so we'll just pop it again right now. Let's keep it ranged at the next one. Line ourselves up with that. Reload our weapons. How much ammo have we got left? 5,000. Good. Very good. Let's have a crack at this guy. Let's just approach the gate now. We'll finish this guy off before we get out of fall off range. Big time. There he goes. Jolly good. Here we're almost at the acceleration gate. The ship is rather slow, but that long crawl back here has allowed the shield to repair itself to almost 100%, which is nice. 96. Will we get to 97? Not quite. Oh well, 96 is pretty good. Let's get through this gate.
Warp
onto
drive
what I believe is the
active.
final room. Then as soon as we land, we will pop our shield command burst 2. Okay, final room. Quite a long list of bad guys. In fact, it's the first list that's actually made me have to scroll down. Pop this. Who's closest? There seems to be 4 guys up here who have volunteered themselves for destruction, so let's oblige them. That is an elite frigate, because it is Guardian. So after that cruiser dies, let's get this frigate while it's on approach. Yellow box, jolly good. Pop. Instant death. And this guy next. I think I'm just going to approach this battle cruiser, turn the afterburner on just to bring ourselves within targeting range. And we'll get rid of this guy as well. Now, if both of these groups aggress at the same time, as soon as we aggress one ship in this group, we might be in a little bit of trouble. But I would rather deal with this group over here first, because it is mainly battle cruisers. And battle cruisers are something we want to get off the field as soon as possible, so I'm going to reload to thorium. Okay, it looks like almost everything here is within range. Perfect timing. Get our shield boost up. Again, as always, we want to take care of the frigates first, because I don't want to get warp jammed or webbed. So we'll just directly approach them and try and delete them. Then we'll get rid of the cruisers here. Or the battle cruisers. Battle cruisers, I think. Okay, this group has aggressed. We're going to have to keep an eye on this group. If any of these start yellow or red boxing, we're going to have to be very, very careful. And I think we're going to be okay. Oh, that guy got off a repair cycle. Man, thorium's pretty good. Yeah, it's because they're pretty much on the optimal range for it, so it's really accurate. Even though it doesn't have huge DPS, it is extremely accurate, which is nice. Okay, the second group, or third group, has not aggressed when this group did, which is fantastic for us. How long do we have left on the shield commanders? 8 seconds. Do we have to do it? We are at 100% shield, because everything is only yellow boxing us at the moment. So I think once this cruiser dies, I'm going to actually reload to antimatter. And deal some proper damage. Get rid of the cruiser. Right, we'll just start locking up the other group. But get rid of the destroyers and the elite frigates first. It's another cruiser dead. Remind you, the name of this mission is Massive Attack, and it's not been all that massive. Yeah, there's been 4 rooms worth of enemies, but nothing's really been testing us. The shield's never got much below like 60 odd %. Again, as soon as this guy dies, we'll reload the thorium and snipe the 2 destroyers. And there he goes, dead. So reload the thorium. Pop the shield extension charge. Oh, didn't quite one-shot it. 2 shots is good enough. Come on, kill it. There we go. And let's have a go at the frigates now. because we do not want to get webbed or warp jammed. Go away, little frigates, you're very annoying, I don't like you. Then we'll do the battle cruisers, then the battleships. Then we'll go and hand the mission in and bring this video to an end. That's another one gone. Battle cruisers are extremely squishy. We are only hitting them with like 360 something damage. 350.8. And we're just absolutely wrecking them. Taking off huge chunks of their health with every shot. Shield command burst's about to run out, so we'll just refresh it right now. I am going to keep it range on this rear admiral because we're going to change back over to antimatter and we need to get it into range. There goes the last battle cruiser. The tank is finally showing some red. Wow, we're actually under fire. Let's keep this thing at range. Well, we're just about within our fall off, so just open fire. And here we go. The last 3 targets of this 4-room mission. And because we're moving pretty fast and we're a smaller target, they're missing us quite a lot of the time. They're hitting us a bit more now that we're actually getting closer towards them, but that's what we have to do to bring our own weapons into optimal range. Tank is absolutely fine. Passive shield tanks are just like lazy mode. You just don't have to do anything till your health alarm goes off, and then you start paying some attention. But yeah, we're smashing through these battleships just fine, so let's keep the next one at range, because this first one's about to die. Jolly good. Reload antimatter. Nice. And again, the shield's kind of hovering around 70 odd %. Your large railguns versus my medium railguns, and I think my medium railguns are winning, my friend. You're not looking too healthy there. Let's switch to the next one. And reload antimatter. Tank's holding at 71%. Easy peasy. You seem to be orbiting us at around 40 kilometers. We're keeping them at range at 40, so that's fine. Our speed is basically nothing, even though we're keeping it range. There we go, into armor now, actually doing physical damage to the ship. Lovely. I'm just gonna directly approach this guy, you know, just to finish him off even quicker. Get ourselves within our optimal with an angular velocity of almost 0. And he's done.
Warp drive active.
Right, let's complete that mission. Done. So that, my friends, is the Ferox, the Tech 1 Caldari railgun battlecruiser. We took it out in 2 level 3 missions, which were so boring and easy, we decided to step up to level 4, and we did 2 level 4 missions, and it absolutely breezed them. The damage output will not raise any eyebrows, it's not spectacular. The tank is absolutely solid. Its long range, optimal range and fall off are the keys to this ship, and this ship performed very, very well indeed. I hope you found this informative and entertaining, and I hope to see you again for the next one. Until then, do look after yourself, and I will talk to you again very soon.